All right, hey, what's up? How you doing? How are you? Welcome to Next Window Please. I'm your host, Nick Allen. Thanks for checking out the show. This is the second time it's on YouTube. If you checked out the first time, you might have noticed how my eyes were spastically darting across the room as I looked down to check the recorder. I'm gonna work on that. I wasn't really sure how it worked or what to do, honestly, and I went to pull reels from this thing, saying that's what you're supposed to do, right? Put some shit up on social media. So I did. I'm like, good, I've got clips for every fucking day. And as I pulled them, I'm all like, oh, these fucking jelly beans and Mike and Ike, and I look like a deranged lunatic. So I imagine there will still be some of that, but I'll try to be better about looking at the camera. It is a little weird. I'm recording this with my phone. And the lenses are right next to this cool Kiss case I have on the phone. So it might be easier to look at that than the lens. I probably should have checked that out before I started recording this. But anyway, thanks for checking out the show. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know if there's much big news. We discussed on the Todd and Tyler Radio Empire this week that Subway is now offering a $5 footlong nacho. It's the nacho cheese Doritos, the orange ones, onion, maybe some sour cream, cheese, maybe some meat. We should probably actually look it up to give them their full due, so we're not disparaging the footlong nacho at Subway. If this is something you're interested in, I would get it soon. I don't think it's going to be a long time offering. I know for a while they offered footlong chorizo, footlong chocolate chip cookie. I don't know what their obsession is with shit being a footlong. I think it's that was probably their best seller for their sandwich for so long, was a footlong sandwich. And they can't really do... They stuck with $5 footlong for so long. Subway, fucking $5 footlong. That's all it was, $5 footlong. That they can't do that now. They can't be like $8 footlong, $9 footlong. They really made a mistake attaching a price to that from the beginning, I think. If the Big Mac would have been called, the fucking 40-cent Big Mac or the $1.80 Big Mac or whatever it cost when it was first introduced, and now it's, what, $7, $8? Whatever, nobody would buy it. You can't do that. Don't attach your shit to a price. Dollar General. Who else is that? Five Below. You guys been to Five Below? Everything's supposed to be $5 under. I get that more. Some shit's more than $5. I've gone there a couple times recently. That's what I do for sunglasses. They stock sunglasses for the summer, so when they get their sunglasses in stock, I just go to Five Below and I get 4 pair, fucking $20. I'm going to lose 2 to 3 of those pairs anyway. I'll just have some extra. And when I lose them, who gives a fuck? They're $5. They haven't really had the inventory yet. And, it's things like this that I don't feel bad saying on the podcast, because there's not going to be like a rush at Five Below where everybody who listens to Next Window Please is going to deplete the stock of sunglasses there. So I think we're safe. Now, if you're watching, if you're listening, I appreciate it. I really do. It's cool. Yeah, there's video now. We got good response from the YouTube and just the podcast. Fucking putting it out. I appreciate it. If there's a wherever you're checking this out, if there's a way to like or subscribe or review it, if you've got a second, I'd appreciate it. So, what we're looking up: $5 nachos at Subway. I just went to get a haircut. A friend of mine cuts my hair, and it was fucking fresh. He's like, "What are you up to today?" I'm like, "I gotta record this podcast." And he's like, "What's it about?" I'm like, it's stupid. It's dumb. I'll have to start here. I'm just gonna make it fucking, let me say, whatever it is. It's not gonna be professional, or smart. I mean, I'll put it up, but a pro would have known that the $5 nachos were going to be discussed and had the menu up. So here they are. You see that? Video, baby. It's the Google search at least. Looks like there's some sort of fucking meat on there. Forbes has an article about the Subway nachos. I should have just gone to Subway's website. of it'll ask, do you want to enable cookies? Like, I always pick no, and it's like, just keep the important ones. Like, what are the important ones? What does it do? Does anybody know? Hit me up, nextwindowpod@gmail.com. All right, view Subway's menu. You think they'd be up top? 'Cause they're new. We were just a furniture store. There's a Subway in the furniture store, Nebraska Furniture Mart here in Omaha. So you fucking, I don't know, eat a giant sub while you're looking for beds and shit. Snacks, sides, and desserts. Here we go. I would like to say we're off to a roaring start here. Enter an address, cookie ad settings. God damn it. We're just going to pick the closest one. Restaurant details. It's a Subway. Okay, whatever. We're wasting time on this. Actually, okay, they're popping up here. Footlong steak nachos. Okay, this is kind of worth the wait. You don't need fucking steak from Subway. They just started slicing the meat at Subway, what, fucking 9 months ago? 2 Greats Meat. Doritos joins Subway with a layer of delicious Doritos nacho cheese flavored tortilla chips and shaved steak smothered in our cheddar cheese sauce and Monterey cheddar cheese, then topped with jalapenos, juicy tomatoes, and crisp red onions. A drizzle of Baja Chipotle sauce caps off this bold nacho experience that's perfect to pair with any meal. Add avocado for an additional charge. I love that Subway says the foot-long nachos are perfect to pair with any meal. Like the foot-long nachos aren't a meal within themselves. Subway's always had fairly fresh sliced ingredients. I don't know if I'd trust the steak. Maybe they're better off doing steak if they, I don't know, Subway fucking cooks steak now? It says shaved steak. You want to bet that's the same roast beef that's on the foot-long roast beef? I bet it is. I've got some notes here. My daughter saw, I printed these off, and she's like, what are the letters next to the side? So, the C's being that candy will be discussed, P, pizza, S for sandwich. So, while we're talking about sandwiches, which is probably kind of an evergreen statement on this show, I guess I could kind of say I was looking at the computer a little bit, but I have been trying to look more at the lens here. Sorry for anybody listening on audio or watching the video. We just discussed the merits of self-depreciating humor on the Todd and Tyler Radio Empire this week. If you don't listen, check it out. I have a lot of fun up there. Every morning, the podcasts are available anywhere this is available. Probably more places. Yeah, we have fun. Fucking 6 to 10 every morning on the terrestrial radio. So today, I'm relaunching this podcast. I want to make a point of putting them out on Tuesday. So, like, you know what? I'll just have them ready to go. And, I picked Tuesday because I'm like, that way if the weekend's long and I'm busy on Monday, or I'm busy on the weekend, I'll have Monday to record this. And that was my intention yesterday. And then what happened yesterday was my wife and son and I went furniture shopping. We didn't eat at the Subway there, but when we were driving to the furniture store, we saw the interstate on the way back home was all backed up. So like, fuck that. This was only at 3:34. Like, if it's backed up like that, there's no way we're going to drive that route at 5 p.m. So we took the long way. And along the long way, we drove by Schlotzsky's. I'm pretty sure Schlotzsky's is national. But Schlotzsky's is one of those places that always sounds good. And we never really eat because we always forget about it. So as we're driving by, I just kind of made a quick turn. I'm like, oh shit, who wants to eat at Schlotzsky's? And we're like, yep. So we go, we turn in. Schlotzsky's is different now. I'm not sure if you've been there in a while. I brought their menu up. I wonder what's, I don't know if they still have the same tagline. The tagline of Schlotzsky's used to be, funny name, serious sandwich. I get that the sandwich is serious, but I don't know how funny the name is. If you heard Schlotzsky's, I'd be like, ha ha. Like, it's fine. It's kind of, I don't, what makes it difficult? It's difficult to smell difficult to smell. We'll get to that, but it's difficult to spell, which probably didn't help them, try to rival fucking Subway, Blimpies, or Jersey Mike's. It's not Jersey Mike's with a Z. That would be fun. If I don't think many people would eat there. Would you eat at Jersey Mike's with a Z? Would you eat it anywhere with a Z that replaces an S in the name of a sandwich shop? I think that's kind of risky. It's Schlotzsky's. Hadn't been to Schlotzsky's in a long time. I think they have great sandwiches. If you're not familiar with it, their sandwiches are just like big. They're big. I don't even know what size disc this is. Maybe twice the size of a CD, or maybe time and a half of a compact disc. For all the youth listening, I'm sure there's a lot of that. Even if they were like, oh yeah, thank you for saying compact disc instead of CD. That really helps us know what the fuck you're talking about. If it was a rectangle, probably about VHS size. I don't know, maybe like an 8-track and a half. But they're on toasted sourdough bread, and they're very good. And you can see the pictures here. There's fucking piled high circular sandwiches, and they're great. I got the roast beef and cheese. I wasn't expecting there to be pickles on there. I should have known. I didn't really look at the menu that close. My son, he got the smoked turkey breast. He liked that. And the weird thing about it, though, is like the last time we've been to Schlotzsky's, it was just straight up Schlotzsky's. This time we go in and it's like a Schlotzsky's Cinnabon, and you can't really even smell the Schlotzsky's. Like they're toasting sandwiches and they're making pizzas, and the whole place just smells like Cinnabon, which there are worse smells. Cinnabon does smell good, but it is odd to have that be the overwhelming smell when you're eating a Schlotzsky's sandwich. I would highly recommend that. Let's see where Schlotzsky's is located. Is this a nationwide thing? Oh, the Google search brings up Schlotzsky's locations in Georgia, in North Carolina, California. It makes me think they might be nationwide. Yeah, they're all over. There's not 50 states on this list, but the states go from Alabama. Alabama's the first one listed. Wyoming is the last. Texas, Oregon, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska. I went to the one Schlotzsky's in Nebraska. It's in Omaha. Sorry, Lincoln. Oklahoma has 21. Texas has the most, 187. 13 in Arkansas. That makes sense. 7 in Alabama. 5 in Colorado. Yeah, they're all over the place. Yeah, Schlotzsky's is I think it's underrated. It's one of those places like when we're thinking about where we would eat, we're like it's always one of those places that you think about and always forget when it's time to actually go somewhere. But I thought it was very good. I would recommend that. Cross that off the list here. I had a toasted sub from Jimmy John's. I really enjoyed their toasted sub. I like Jimmy John's better. I don't know, something about it seems like their bread has been fresher lately, and it's just at times it's been reminiscent of Blimpie's to me. I don't know how national Blimpie's is, but Blimpie's is it reaches the world's largest truck stop, so it makes me think it has some sort of reach. And as far as I know, that's one of the only locations that might be open now, at least within driving distance of where I live. We'll look up Blimpie's locations. Probably not as many as Schlotzsky's. Why? Does anybody know why my laptop would ask me to use my location all the time? I know I use Safari instead of Chrome. I allow all cookies now. Who gives a fuck? Does it matter? Oh, there are multiple stores. Yeah, Blimpie's is nationwide. Nebraska's kind of getting fucking shafted. They had a Blimpie's at the airport. It was kind of a Blimpie's in name only because they didn't use the same. It wasn't the same bread that's at the actual Blimpie's locations. But anyway, the regular untoasted Jimmy John's have been kind of reminding me of Blimpie's at sometimes. Not as much as Little King. Little King is a much more regional sandwich shop around where I live. But yeah, Jimmy John's has been good, but this toasted sub, I didn't have the highest expectations of it because sometimes in the past I would get bread from Jimmy John's that was just, I don't know if I wouldn't say it was stale, but maybe it was cooked a little too long or it sat out a little too long. It was kind of a little crunchier than it needed to be. And I felt like I had kind of had a version of a Jimmy John's toasted sandwich already, but the actual legit ordered from the menu toasted sandwich was something I enjoyed a lot more than I thought I would. I got the roast beef on Jimmy John's menu. They only have 3 toasted sandwiches listed on their menu. They got the chicken bacon ranch, all natural chicken, bacon and provolone, ranch. That's an interesting choice. Lettuce, tomato, onion, and mayo. Ranch and mayo. The fuck? All right, so that's the first one. Ultimate Italian is the second. Capicola. That's a word that I may or may not be pronouncing correctly, and I don't know if I'll ever know. Salami, ham, bacon, parmesan, provolone, lettuce, tomato, onion, mayo, oregano, basil, and oil, and vinegar. I love oil and vinegar on a sub sandwich. Then this is what I got. I got the roast beef and cheddar, roast beef, cheddar cheese, horseradish, crispy fried onions, lettuce, tomato, onion, and mayo. And I was thankful for the combination of the horseradish and the mayo. This is the first sandwich it's really the first time I've ever eaten horseradish. And I could smell it. I think I might have tasted it as like, just being a little pussy, be like, oh, is that something I like? And I really didn't. It was okay. And there were some bites of this where there was an appropriate amount of horseradish, or what I would consider to be an appropriate amount of horseradish. It was really good. But there were other times it tasted a bit more like horseradish than anything else that was on the sandwich. But I would definitely recommend the toasted Jimmy John's sub. And they only have 3 sandwiches listed on the menu as toasted sandwiches, but I'd imagine, they make a bunch of sandwiches. They've got the toaster. They could probably toast any sandwich you order. They do have the slim sandwiches that are shorter and longer. I don't know the capacity of the toaster at Jimmy John's, but I imagine they'd find a way. That probably depends on how high the staff is at Jimmy John's. I think there's a couple different kinds of stoners. I think there's an ambitious high, or maybe not types of stoners, but I think there's at least 2 different kinds of high. Or one kind of high, you're like, fuck yeah, let's do it. I'll give it a shot. Like, hey man, can you just toast a slim ham and cheese? I gotta be like, yeah, I can. Fuck yeah. I think there's the other kind of high where you don't really feel like doing shit. Like, hey, can you toast a slim ham and cheese? Like, I don't know. You hopefully your Jimmy John's employee, if you want that sandwich toasted, is the appropriate amount of high to get that done. I gotta make sure we take care of the sandwich section here. There's only one thing listed yet on the second page of this very special list I printed off, and that's trolley jelly beans. I don't want to forget about those, so I'll make sure we get to those later. I want to give these other sandwiches their due. Friend of mine reached out. He listened to the podcast. Ben Zen. Ben Zen is a great friend. I love Ben. He was driving cross country. He checked the show out. If you're ever in the greater San Diego area, check Ben out. He's a fucking phenomenal guitar player. And he used to be a member of Satchel Grande. Chris from Satchel Grande was a dude who was kind enough to make the intro and the outro for Next Window Please. So, yeah. Check Ben out. Check Satchel Grande out. Last episode I was talking about my go-to meal. And that's one thing I noticed going through this, trying to take clips out. I talked to my friend Cameron about that too. I was like, dude, how do you watch these videos of yourself and not just want to fucking off yourself? And he's like, you don't. So, I'm not going to, but it is rough just trying to go through these. I realized I said trusty too much. Oh, the trusty Big Mac, the trusty whatever. So, I don't know. That's not even a word I say in like my day-to-day life. I'm not sure how that happened or that came about, but I'll try to keep an eye on the use of the word trusty. Anyway, Ben was listening. I discussed like kind of go to nothing fancy. Just you need a little snack, something it's not going to bog you down or fill you up. I think that's what I forgot to mention about the Schlotzskys. Like we went to fucking Schlotzskys, and I had every intention of recording this yesterday, and then I ate the whole fucking sandwich. Like those are big, kind of heavy sandwiches, ate the whole thing, I was just kind of out. I had no ambition to fucking do anything for the rest of the day. And I have the level of ambition where if anything fucks with it, nothing's getting done. I'd like to think that if I maybe ate, I don't know, 2/3, 3/4 of that sandwich, I probably still would have done this. Maybe I would have, but, you know, probably not. So anyway, the go-to if you don't want to be bogged down by a fast food meal. I talked about the hamburger Happy Meal with the double fries, soda, and a McChicken. And I think I stole the virtues of the classic McDonald's hamburger, and Ben had mentioned that I just glossed over the McChicken. So I want to make sure that I give the McChicken its due. It's stuck around forever for a reason. I think there's also a reason that you see it with. I think it's part of the McDonald's like value meal too, that you can either get the double cheeseburger or the McChicken plus the McNuggets. Like they know it's a staple. It's a fucking staple. I don't think it's ever going to go away. And I think there's a lot of fast food chicken sandwiches. We discussed the KFC fried chicken sandwich. Really, I think the McChicken has more going for it than the just straight up KFC fried chicken sandwich. I don't know if KFC has another chicken sandwich that they would consider like a level below that. That might be on par with the McChicken, but I'd be surprised. Like Burger King's tried to replicate it. Their chicken's too thin, and the combination of it's always crispy. The bun plays a lot in it. And the same for the burgers. It's like we always say, if somebody gives a fuck making it, it's great. You get a good ratio of the shredded lettuce, the mayonnaise. You can't fucking go wrong with the McChicken. You cannot. And it's one of those things too. If you're getting some food for some people, which we'll get to later too, like I don't throw if you throw a McChicken or two in there, like if you're going to a party and you're just gonna order however much McDonald's, or you're door dashing something to a gathering you're at, if you throw 3, 4, 5 McChickens in there, they're going to get eaten. Nobody's gonna be like, McChicken. If anybody's like, McChicken, there's gonna be enough people surrounding them to be like, I'll fucking take the McChicken. All right, we gave the McChicken its due. Another thing I want to give its due is I mentioned that ribeye that I had at the Cattlemen's Association show that I did with the coffee rub, and I got too worked up talking about the rub that I forgot to mention the actual steak. It was one of the best steaks that I've ever had. I had hopes that it would be something like that. It's the fucking Cattlemen's. You show up and eat it. It was so good. And these dudes, like they're like what I would consider like fucking. They're like actual fucking like men. They have real jobs and shit. They're cowboys. They're cattlemen. So I had this thing. I'm sitting at a table with the guy that runs, like the president of the Cattlemen's Association, like 3 other guys, the president's wife, and the steak comes out. And I'm like, man, I'm probably gonna have to eat this whole steak, so I'm not a fucking pussy. You know, I'm gonna be like, oh, you're only 8. In my mind, the cattlemen are gonna be like, oh, you can't finish your steak, queer, or whatever. Like, but that's not what it was at all. I eat quick. I eat one thing at a time. So I finish my steak and I look around, and a lot of these guys have just like set, I don't know, a third to half of their steak to the side to take home for later. And it's definitely what I should have done. I was fucking full. Luckily there was a wait before I had to get up and talk to everybody. But yeah, that steak was fucking phenomenal. And it's just the steak that they have there. If you live in or around Omaha, or if you find yourself here, go to the Blair Marina and get their ribeye. I think they cooked them all. They sent ribeyes. It was pretty impressive. Like for this gathering, they sent like 100 something ribeyes out to everybody in pretty quick succession, and they were all so good. I think they said they just cooked them like either medium rare. I think probably like medium rare by default, but it was fucking great. Let's get to the rest of these. I think the last sandwich thing. Well, there's two. So when this podcast was on break, hiatus, whatever, like I wasn't putting it out. The chicken Big Mac isn't even around anymore, and I don't know if it will be back around, but if it is, I would not waste your time on that. It was just two large chicken nugget patties with the Big Mac sauce. It didn't work for me. It was one of the rare times I didn't finish something I'd gotten from McDonald's. And I think a lot of it was the combination of the chicken McNugget style patty with the Thousand Island style Big Mac sauce. Like, it would have been better if they just put barbecue sauce on it. Something. If it could have just been like barbecue sauce and red onions, it might have been good. Even the rehydrated onions that McDonald's normally uses. But how often have you ordered fucking chicken nuggets, chicken McNuggets from McDonald's, from anywhere, and asked for Thousand Island is a dipping sauce? If that's something you do, I don't know. I hope the rest of your life is going okay, and I'd be interested to know what other kind of choices you make, what kind of fucking car you drive, what music you listen to. You're making odd choices. They're not boring, but I'm not quite sure. I definitely don't want to try that again. And the other sandwich-related thing is last week, talked about how the pickles at Runza, this is another regional thing, but the pickles at Runza were too thick, too much, too crispy. Like, you don't need that much from a pickle. And they have new pickles. They have different pickles. They're thinner. They understand their role in a sandwich. They're not trying to be too much. Well, you can't blame the pickle. You can blame whoever fucking cut them that thick and thought it was a good idea to put all those pickles on the sandwiches. But they're in a much better place now. So, there's no word. I haven't heard any word on the Runza chicken sandwich yet. But as soon as I do, I will let you know. Got a couple pizza-related items here. Just one, really. And then there was a note from a while ago that I never really talked about. But I think one thing that's underrated that I've had fairly recently is the personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut that's inside the Target. And I really don't hear anybody talk about eating there or see many people eating. It makes sense you don't see anybody eating there. But and it's just a thing that if you're hungry, if you're out, you're running errands, let's say, so you get off work and you've got to run to the store, but you're also hungry, for fucking $7, you can get a little personal. It's not huge. It's probably, maybe around the same size as a Schlotsky sandwich. It's probably a little bigger. It's a little bigger. So for all you kids that were wondering how big a CD is, if you know how big the personal size pizza is from Pizza Hut, the Schlotsky sandwich is a little bigger than that. What'd you say? Surface area, personal pizza from Pizza Hut that you get at Target is, maybe 2 CDs? I don't know. I'm no engineer. I can't even look in this fucking... I'm wondering how this is going with the camera. We'll find out someday. Hopefully it's not bad enough. I can't even pull the reels out. Yeah, if you do listen to this on audio, please at least check out I'm on Instagram and fucking social medias and shit. It's Nick's Allen's or Nick Allen. Yeah, that pizza, the personal Pizza Hut pizza from Target it's awesome. And I think I got the pepperoni one. I think you get them in cheese, cheese supreme, pepperoni. Lots of times they have breadsticks. I'm not sure if they offer dessert, but that's in addition to just a regular concession stand fare they have at Target. I think back when I was a kid, I might have like popcorn at a Target or something. I was probably just like a little bitch ass kid, and my parents wanted to shut me up and got me like popcorn at Target. If I've ever had anything from there, it's probably what that was, or maybe an icy. We used to get our kids ices when they were little, not because they were bitching, just because like, oh shit, we're walking by an icy thing. Like, you want to be a good parent, right? Sometimes like, hey, you want an icy? They were good in Target. Like, here you go. Yeah, I think the concession stand style fare at Target, it's had to have been harder for them since there's been like better food options available at Costco and at Sam's to a lesser extent. The Costco hot dog is one of the things going well in this country. I think that might be the test of things. We'll see if the price of the Costco hot dog sticks. I don't know if the CEO is still in charge, but apparently the story I've heard is that the CEO of Target, once they had a meeting or some shit, and somebody suggested raising the price of the $1.50 hot dog and soda at Costco, and the dude said, "If you bring that up again, I will kill you." So I hope that's not in the cards, and if it is, I hope that dude that said he was going to be murdered isn't still working there, so he can live. Weird funeral you're at, like, man, fucking, he shouldn't have fucking raised the price of that to $1.65. He'd still be here. Everybody could donate 15 cents to that guy's favorite charity. And all right, Chicken Big Mac done. Pizza Hut done. Pizza Witches, something we like to make at home. I don't know. Before, I'm lucky. My mother-in-law's made Pizza Witches a long time for Halloween and shit, but it's something we've started to do more throughout the year. So I don't know if I can throw that out there. We're always looking for like dinner ideas and stuff to eat, and I'll throw Pizza Witches on your list. And that is something that can pretty much be done ahead of time too. And you've got to make the mixture that goes on top of the hamburger buns. Like we just like make. No, I don't make them, but my wife and her mom, they make like, it's just this some sort of whatever the Pizza Witch mixture is that goes on top of the bun, and then you put that in the oven. And you could probably make that ahead of time, I would imagine. Pizza Witches. I thought about making little note cards that I could just like toss aside as we talked about this stuff, but it can't be stuck to any sort of order here, can we? No. All right, how you doing? Sometimes when this pauses, I think it might be a good time. We're like, oh, we could do a commercial or whatever. I thought about making fake commercials for It's Your Boygan Sausage. Oh, that's, I know I don't want to edit, but just because they're not an official, if they're not throwing down the sponsor, I just don't want to keep it building them up without an official sponsorship. But if you do ever see It's Your Boygan Sausage anywhere, whether or not they're paying the show or not, sometime we'll have some officially sanctioned It's Your Boygan commercials. But if you see It's Your Boygan at your local meat counter, in the freezer, anywhere, like anything, it's better fresh. But It's Your Boygan Sausage, like every other aspect, it's better than other sausages, even if it's frozen. It is meat encased inside a tube like all the other sausages, but it tastes better than all the other sausages. Grilling season is coming up. Throw it on the grill, of course. Put it in a bun. It's great in cut it up, put it in pasta. It's great in casseroles. So they make patties. They make breakfast patties. Some long boys. They do it all. So you know what? Fuck it. Thank you to It's Your Boygan Sausage for their continued and eternal support of Next Window, Please. All right. Let's get into some candy here. It's still jelly bean season, Easter candy season. We've been more into the jelly beans than there hasn't been a lot of chocolate around our house yet. I'm hoping that that's maybe more just an Easter thing, or like actual Easter holiday thing. But there's been enough jelly beans around. I'm not even craving the egg-shaped Reese's. You see more peanut butter M&Ms around now. We did have some chocolate around our house. Maybe this is what's kind of tiding us over. We had what were they? I put them Dove Promises Dark Chocolate and Strawberry Swirl. So Dove is the brand. I don't know why I call it Promises. Dove Promises. Chocolate doesn't even fucking promise anything. Just name the thing. Dove Promises. But they're little little fucking like rectangles of chocolate. They've got a swirl in it. Dark, and a lot of times I'm not partial to the dark chocolate, but I think the strawberry really helps set this off, and they're really good. The thing I really enjoy, the thing that sucks about them though is they're wrapped in plastic. Like man, it is some work, but it does also help you to not eat as much chocolate if you have to wrap the fucking foil off every individual piece. They are kind of small pieces. I've been eating two at a time, but I would highly recommend those. Dove Promises dark chocolate and strawberry swirl. Another Easter candy that I haven't mentioned yet is the Twizzler has what's called bunny bites out. They're in little pouches. I don't know, the size of I don't know, a squat VHS tape maybe. They're in pouches, but they're it's like if they took a nib, the Twizzler nib, and kind of like die cut that into the shape of a bunny and made it a little thinner. So it's not quite the thickness of a regular Twizzler nib. It might be as tall, but it's shaped like a bunny, and a little handful of those, or a big handful if nobody's watching. Right. It's good. I think it's one of the best Twizzler variations, especially just on the cherry flavor. Like, I think their regular twists are what the strawberry might be the most popular of those. I think you see more strawberry than cherry, but as of just like the straight up red Twizzler flavor, these really can't be beat. It's like they make those what are like the nibs that have like the ridges on them? Those are really good. I think those might just be like Twizzler bites. One thing that's odd is they always just cut those up into bites. I don't think you can get a bag of Twizzlers that's just like a big uncut rope of what they make the bites out of. That would be good. But anyway, I think these are only going to be around through Easter. The Twizzler Bunny Bite. Check them out. Hy-Vee grocery store. That's where I've been able to find the Mike and Ike jelly beans when they're in stock. One of the Hy-Vees we go to. Sorry, I still feel like I'm fucking looking around all over the place. Now I'm gonna, if I listen to the audio, which I won't, because I'll be going through. Be like, man, I always talk about the video. Oh, well, I'll get this fucking figured out. But Mike and Ike jelly beans at one of the two Hy-Vees we frequent. They're out of. I just bought the last 3 bags from the other Hy-Vee. I think people are catching on to the Mike and Ike jelly beans, and they're selling out. They're phenomenal. I think they're my number one. We also got a bag of, it's from page 2, baby, the trolley jelly beans, and they have a legit claim at making a run at the crown of the Mike and Ike jelly bean. The variation we got are sour. They're really not that sour, and they've pack a punch. They've got some flavor, but it's not like sour. I don't even know if I'd say it's sour at all. The Sour Patch Kids jelly beans are definitely sour. My nephew ate some of those the other day, and his face just he puckered like a cat tasting a lemon. Let's see, what else do we have for candy here? Oh, I received an email from Mark. Thank you, Mark. He recommended the Aldi's Gourmet Jelly Beans. The package doesn't say Aldi's on it. It just says like Gourmet Jelly Beans. I don't remember what the other one is. It's kind of like a tealish green color on the package, but the way they were packaged, each individual flavor was mentioned in this big circle all around. It's kind of like Jelly Belly did, and the majority of them I would eat like I tend to eat Jelly Bellies, just individual flavors at the time. Be like, oh, I ate the coconut first because fuck coconut. I don't want that taste stuck in my mouth at all, and I also don't want to just leave a bunch of coconut in the bag for. You don't want to fuck up the ratio. If you get some coconut in your hand, eat the fucking coconut. And I did that. The greens were good. I'd say the majority of the flavors were really good. Towards the end of the bag, I started like mixing up a little bit. So I would definitely recommend the Aldi's gourmet jelly beans. I've got Black Forest gummy bears down on the list too, but that's I think that's a story for another day. I was in Aldi's. They have these fruit strips that we like to get. They're kind of just like big, like kind of like they seem like more natural. I'm sure they're not more natural, but they seem like more like natural fruit roll-ups. But I couldn't find them. I found one rogue box amongst somewhere it shouldn't be in the store. It was by some other snacks. I'm like, oh, that. I was looking for them on the shelf somewhere, and I couldn't find them. And I was gonna continue looking for them, but as I was walking through the store, there was this lady that had a little kid, like I don't know, maybe like twice as tall as this fucking microphone stand, like not a big kid, at least sitting like probably like this big, like legs out in the cart. Like if this was the bottom of the cart, you not big. And I think I heard this lady tell her kid to shut up. I was like, what the fuck? Fairly certain I heard it. And I didn't hear it for sure. And maybe that's just the excuse I'm making in my head. Dude, I think this bitch just told her kid to shut up. And I think it just puts out all the fucking time. I should have gone up to him and be like, that's how you talk to your kid? You just tell your kid to shut up? And as I was walking around looking for these fruit strips, I passed her another time and she was just like, to this kid, she's just like, be quiet. Like, I get saying that a lot more than I get saying shut up. But even that, like, there's better ways to talk to a kid, like, and fucking Aldi's. Like that. Like best case scenario, that kid's not gonna remember any of this. But if you're treating him that way at Aldi's, you're probably gonna be treating him in similar ways, amongst other parts of their life. And the kid's going to write an obituary for you someday. Not to make it selfish. Like, you don't talk to a kid just like, you don't fuck them up like that. But, it's got to be a completely fucking narcissistic parent. I don't know. Swear, yeah. Fucking, I don't know. Fucking like, I'm trying to think of a name. It was like somebody I've never even met. What's a fucking innocuous name? Just like, generic mom died. Then the kid's just like, you know what? I remember mom was a cunt. Do you ever see those obituaries where it's like, hey, this person's dead. We're all glad. Fuck them. Like, I think it's people that tell their kids to shut up in Aldi's. That's how it fucking starts. Nobody will be sad. So, anyway, I'm going to talk about grilling soon. Grilling season is approaching here. I know a lot of people live in places where it's that all around. It's been nice enough to grill here sporadically, but it's something we're going to start doing a lot more. Hopefully, fucking every day of the week if we can. So please hit me up. Let me know what you're grilling, what you like to grill, what you love to grill, what's something you tried and it didn't work out. I'm looking for like a fucking. My algorithm is filled of people grilling shit. I see like some fucking like cheese dip recipes, like making cheese dip on the grill. I want to start doing some shit like that. If nothing else, I just wanted an excuse to fucking stand outside and have a cocktail and stare at the grill for a while. Yeah, if you've got anything that you want to comment on any of it, fucking hit me up. nextwidowpod@gmail.com. Come to a stand-up show. Shows are a blast. I'm lucky to be able to do what I do for a living. It fucking blows my mind. Gary Curtis and I are going to be doing one of our Blaze and Mike shows where we both get up on stage together, fuck around with each other and the crowd. We're doing that at Choo Choo's Bar and Grill in Millard this Saturday. And Sunday, Tyler Walsh and I are headed to Wichita to do a matinee show at 3 p.m. at Barleycorn. So, I forgot to mention, looking at the list here, we got a box of Snickers ice cream bars, which is always, it's something that's fucking perfect to have. They sell them in boxes of 6, and like it's a nice little luxury. And a lot of times we just even forget that they're here and like, oh, one of those sounds good. Last time we got those, we also got Twix cookies and cream ice cream bar, and that's good. I appreciated it. I think the Snickers is on a different level because the Snickers has more of an integrity to what the actual candy bar is. The Twix, I think the Twix has to work a little harder, hence the cookies and cream, but I would recommend those as well. Hit up your freezer section for that, and hopefully before you're in the freezer section, you're in your meat section, and you can get some It's Your Boy sausage. So, hey, thank you so much for checking this out. I'm amazed. Hopefully my eyes weren't darting around like a lunatic, and yeah, I don't know. Well, if I can see you soon. All right. Peace. Oh, I'm going to cue up the outro here. Thank you to Sachel Grande. The mouse was hung up on the toasted sandwiches from Jimmy John's. All right, here we go. Thanks, everybody.